Hello, we have been very fortunately joined by Josh Williams, the admin for the NUEL University League. So over to you, Charlie, for an interview with him.
Yes, hello. I'm Charvi and I'm joined by Josh, the admin of the NUEL.
Hello.
First of all, just a general question, how are you enjoying the event, and what sort of advice and inspiration would you give to people out there also trying to generate interest in League of Legends just in their university?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the event's been fantastic so far. Everybody I've talked to is really enjoying it, and it's great to see so many teams competing in the NUEL together in one place. And there's been some good games as well, which always makes a good tournament. I think the main thing for getting interest in the universities is trying to get a society together and just spreading the message and letting people know there's actually League of Legends players at your university. One of the main questions we get when we're advertising on Reddit and stuff like that is nobody plays League at my university. They do. There's got to be. So just about pushing advertisement, and if you want build up to something like this, get playing together regularly, get playing in teams first, and compete in tournaments like the NUEL, and then once there's enough of you together, start working with the other organisations within your university. Like here, we've got a fantastic sort of coordination with the student TV station and all the other resources you can pull in.
I just want to give a shout out to the guys over on the desk working from Bath Impact, CTV. They're doing an amazing job behind the scenes. They've been with us every step of the way, and even though we give them so much grief over, I have this board, I have that board, switch these things around, they take all of it in their stride, and it's wonderful to work with them, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I came into it, I was really impressed with how professional all the setup is, all the lighting, the professional cameras, and all the mixing desk. I'm fascinated by that. It looks awesome.
Yeah. So taking it back to sort of the beginning of the National University Esports League, what gave you that initial sort of, let's do this, let's create this league?
Yeah, I'm crazy. That's the main reason. No, it's the sort of two main motivations, really. I've been playing watching esports and playing in competitions for several years, and I've always been quite disheartened by the state of the UK esports scene. So I wanted to try and do my part, and coming up to going to university, and I thought, what's something really different and quite cool and unique would be having a university league. And we took inspiration from the sports competitions and stuff like that, and it'd be really cool to get together and represent your university as something that you're really passionate about, and it's not really catered for at the moment. So they're the main two motivations behind it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It was I completely agree though. So when the NUEL was officially created, I think you've basically gone over this already, but your original goal to bring people together to create this esports scene that's more than just Snoopy, Shaka, who's gone now, and Team Dignitas UK.
Yeah.
So, but how far do you think you've succeeded in trying to achieve this, broaden it out to all the universities and try and get everyone involved? Because a lot of parents as well think that gaming is an isolated experience, but my personal opinion is that it really isn't, and it can be so much more.
Absolutely.
So how far do you think you've achieved that goal of trying to unite people together?
We're getting better at it every year. Nobody turned up for the first year, which it's this is a bit of a waste of time. Yeah, we're getting better and better. Last season we had 16 teams, and that was really cool. And this time it was 108 teams turning up to the first tournament. That's wow. There's nearly 50% of the UK's universities represented at esports. So it's fantastic. And we're just at the beginning, really. Getting people playing together in teams is a big step forward. Like you were saying, personally, I think playing together and playing as a team and meeting up in real life is a fantastic experience of gaming, and it takes it to that next level. I think once you've experienced that, it's difficult to just go back playing on your own in a dark room somewhere every night.
Especially solo queue.
Yeah, especially. So yeah, they're the first stages, and then I think we've got a challenge now, and it's quite a big challenge of trying to create like an esports society, and just a general buzz about esports at universities, and so forming these like little teams that have been grouping together into something bigger, and get people together watching live streams and world championships and stuff like that, and building up things like this, like actually playing together, and being able to shout at people across the room who have killed you, and just having chats about League of Legends and stuff like that with people in person.
Especially shouting when Avidius gets denied as Katarina. That was quite funny. But I think I think the NUEL has been incredibly successful, just like on a personal note, because I mean, just a few facts, like Manchester has 6 teams. Manchester Union, Met makes it 8. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Just Manchester's got 8 teams.
Just the city. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, you've also, like, a number of esports societies, Plymouth being one of them, and I was going to mention them because they were here today, but unfortunately they couldn't turn up.
Yeah,
so hopefully next time. But, like, you created that esports society, essentially, just off the back of the NUEL. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been incredible, and I think, like, a massive commendation to what you've actually managed to achieve here, because I mean most of the teams here are from the NUEL. That's sort of how they got together, because the last tournament, it was a lot of sort of people who played at university, and I mean the quality was quite a lot lower, but that's because nobody really knew each other, whereas now we've got one Super 8 team and who's really showing the way forward in this tournament.
Shame
anyway.
It's the worst Super 8 team. Let's see if they're listening. No,
they didn't hear. Okay, you should listen in, guys.
But I mean,
oh dear, the word's spreading.
I ain't gone down too well.
You've stuck your foot in it more than once, so I know that.
But we've gone so far in making this happen, and really it's the people like we've just been taking the mick out of Avidius, but people like that have done a fantastic job of grouping all these League of Legends players together at the universities, like Manchester and Plymouth, who've gone sort of like the extra mile and set up their own societies. Like I think people need to start taking inspiration from that, and sort of like learning about their successes, because they're all fantastic setups, and talking to the guys involved, they have a really good time, and really good buzz about their societies. So we need to work towards more of that, in my opinion.
Just one sort of, I guess, final question before we'll wrap this up, and then we go to the third, fourth playoff. Where do you see this sort of expansion of the NUEL finishing? Because you've primarily based it around League of Legends, but there's also community tournaments that are sort of starting to be hosted. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is expanding as well. I mean, only more universities are going to come to this. As you said, you've not got everyone yet. You've only got half the universities in the United Kingdom. Only half. Wow. You make it sound so pitiful, but would you consider expanding it to other gaming platforms as well, like just in the future? And where do you see the sort of the final point where you say, no, this is where we want it to end? Yeah. Or do you just think that we'll let it go where it wants to? Just laissez-faire approach, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll probably end when they put me in a box and bury me in the ground. I really want this to go forward, and this is what gets me up in the morning, as sad as it sounds. We really want to help the UK esports scene.
That's quite a dedication there.
We'd like to expand to different games. We want to see more events like this, and see how we can provide resources to make things like this happen, and provide resources to help people create societies that don't exist. And help get more teams together. We'd really love to do something like this ourselves and bring all the university teams together, which would put me in a box.
That's something we like. Well, I personally sort of want to get on that bandwagon as well. Honestly,
everybody does, but they don't want to organise it.
Well, the only real constraint for us is mainly the number of computers. I mean, if you look over there, my laptop is being used and it's pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. It's sitting on a chair, like it just looks really weird. So yeah, but we'd have 16 teams here, because 13 teams applied, but obviously we only have a space for 8.
Yeah.
So that's the real limiting factor. Otherwise, because we'd really love to do something in the summer that's big.
Yeah.
Probably with the NUEL as well. Maybe like, I don't know, end of season thing.
Yeah, no, that'd be fantastic. Like I say, it's just a lot of organisation, a lot of time, a lot of commitment from people coming all over the country. Like, it's fantastic to see sort of like the geographical spread of teams here, like we're from Cardiff and Bournemouth and Bristol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and it's a lot. It can cost a lot of money as well. There are 3 main constraints really. So if anybody's got any money, time, and organisation skills, we love them. They can come and help out.
Yeah, just anything. I mean, everything is from the University Union. So like, it's amazing that we've even managed to get our hands on all this equipment, let alone some of the production cameras as well. Like, it's top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, going back to our earlier point, it's about working with your university and the resources available. Go and ask your union, if they've got any support. They might give you some money to set up your own society, or the TV station might be interested in helping out and whatnot. So just go and ask and start the revolution. People are doing it. Look at Manchester and whatnot. They've gone the extra mile and set their own societies up. So nothing to stop anybody else doing the same.
So not to put you on the spot or anything, but final predictions. Where do you think all the teams are going to come? Your predictions.
I've been an admin.
I don't think Avidius is listening at the moment, so you're free to say what's on your mind.
Obviously, I'm an impartial admin. I couldn't possibly comment. But in reality, I don't know. I mean,
third or fourth playoff, the bunk squad, UWE. Who do you think's going to take that? Let's start there.
Oh well, probably UWE.
Bitter over here. But moving on to first, second, Kill Harry Gaming or Cardiff A.
I'm not going to be very popular. I probably need to find a quick exit out here, because I reckon probably Cardiff's going to take this. So, just purely on the experience. They play the Super 8 every week. They're playing against top teams, and I mean, I had a good chat with the guys today. They're really well organised. Vidius really cracking the whip, and he's got them all into shape, and they know what they're doing, and they've got good team synergy. So,
I mean, that comeback that you featured on the NUEL Facebook page that went on Facebook, that was incredible to say the least. They went 2 for 1 in the first week of the NUEL. I wish them all the best of luck in the next week, especially on Season 4 patch.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting, though, to see where they can go from here.
Yeah, but, absolutely. I mean, like, the group they're in this week is wide open. Like, I think everybody beat everybody at some point, and just like you couldn't predict who's gonna come out on top. And it is 4 very strong teams in that division, and it's anybody's game.
Yeah. So thank you very much for coming all the way from Loughborough, Josh.
The one and only.
And I'm going to hand it back to the guys at the desk for UWE versus the Bunk Squad.
Cheers.